Give me 1 second, guys. Let me make a clean out. Let me make a clean out. Let me make a clean Bro, I'm gonna stream the whole game.
...2010 Lakers, then it's the Miami Heat, then it's the 2017-18 Golden State Warriors who've done it. It's hard to do. It's hard to win one, let alone back-to-back. And the mindset is, and Giannis talked about it, was still the team to beat in regards to they're looking for challenges. They're looking for ways that they have to go out and motivate themselves. Now, it's easier said than done because you got the trophy. You completed everything. Plus, it's a short turnaround coming back off of the excitement. So how do you get yourself motivated back up for 82 games when you know at the end of the day, everybody's coming at you? But that's where leadership, I think the coaching staff, upper management, the trainers to keep you healthy mentally and physically, allow you to compete at a high level. So it's going to be very interesting to see the dynamics of that leadership from Giannis this year, more importantly, than we've seen in the past, that how he continues to make his team or keep his team motivated, knowing that in the Eastern Conference, it's gotten better. I think that in itself, too, Ro, will help push them because the Eastern Conference is much better than last year.
It definitely is. They're definitely going to need to improve defending the three. We know teams like to shoot threes. 29 defending opponents' three-point shooting last season.
Well, but, I'm going to give this. Just skew that back a little bit. Teams shot about 38%, from the three-point line. That number came down to about 35 in the playoffs when it counted. But it's the reason why teams shoot well from behind the three-point line. If you watch the Milwaukee Bucks play, it's part of their mantra defensively. We'll give up a corner three aside, but we want to protect the paint. So teams are going to have more options and more opportunities to shoot from the three-point line. Now, does that mean they're going to be satisfied with it? No, of course, they want to guard it better. I think they'll be a better team this year. But when it counted the most against the Suns, after game 2, they locked in and took that option away because they can be a very good perimeter defensive team.
Saw them make great improvements after game 3 in the playoffs, whether it was the finals, conference finals. Looking forward to seeing this Bucks team focusing on the depth chart. See a couple of guys who did something that LeBron and Kyrie and Jordan and Pippen did. Holiday, Middleton, championship gold medal, same season. However, a couple other players that stand out. Dante DiVincenzo, one time the most outstanding player in the NCAAs, developed, was in the lineup, in the rotation, got hurt. How is his development going to help this team?
Well, we like my boy Gus Johnson, we call him the big ragu because he can go out and play. But he gave you all the little intangibles, and you saw it a little bit when Milwaukee had to make their adjustments when Dante went out. Defensively, he can guard 1, 2, 3. Maybe and slide to the 4 a little bit just to be a nag. He can knock down jump shots. He's intelligent because coming from the Jay Wright system, he understands how to play team basketball. So he gives you a person that's on the court, a player that has high IQ. Now, coming back from injury, has to work his way back in, but he's not a player that you're going to say, here's volume shots. He's a system player that works perfectly with Giannis and with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday in that front and back court. So I look for Dante to kind of improve upon what he's done in the past and give them that needed three-point shooting and defensive perimeter player that they're looking for.
No question. Also looking forward to seeing Bobby Portis re-signs with the team. He's a perfect fit with the Bucks, kind of like when the Locks left Bad Boy and went to the Rough Riders. He's the perfect fit right there.
Fit.
So, of course, this team, we need to know. You spoke about it earlier. You mentioned these teams that have gone back-to-back, the Lakers with the late, great Kobe Bryant, the Heatles. Then you have Steph Curry and company repeating as champions. Does this happen with the Bucks this season?
Well, you know what? They have a good opportunity. But again, because of the East, if you look at Miami Heat and their improvement, of course, the Brooklyn Nets, now a lot of it has to do with what happens with Kyrie. It's not an easy thing to do because you have injuries, you have fatigue, you have egos, you have all these different things that happen. And you have the improvement. It's not like now in the Eastern Conference you're going to Charlotte, Chicago, Indiana, getting these easy wins. It's not like that Orlando. You're not doing that, so the grind is different. And if we go back to that graphic, we said this, and we were talking about this off break. You didn't see San Antonio's name in there at all.
The Spurs.
As they won 5 championships. Have they ever repeated? No. That tells you the difficulty and how special it is when teams are able to do it. And what those teams have in common is they didn't have the injuries to their key players, which allowed them now to maintain a level of excellence to get back to the finals and compete and ultimately win back-to-back championships.
Coach Bud, coming from that San Antonio Spurs coaching tree, he wants to see them win back-to-back. So ultimately, what's your prediction? Where does this team finish? Are they playing basketball late into the season?
Ooh, they're going to play late into the season. Eastern Conference Finals playing against the Brooklyn Nets.
Okay, I like that prediction.
He likes that.
Hey,
real simple. Let's
nice
keep it real simple.
Hey, they caught a lot of breaks last season. We'll see what happens this season. The Bucks. I don't know what's going to happen. Can't wait to see it. That's Jimmy Jackson. I'm Ro Parrish. Jordan Daddy loves you.
Oh no, you hate coming home to a dark house, and you're uptight about noises outside in the night. Outdoor lighting systems cost a fortune, and leaving lights on all night drives utility bills out of sight. You need the Bell & Howell Bionic Spotlight, the outdoor motion sensor light that is motion activated, so it automatically turns on the instant motion is detected and turns off when the motion stops. Bionic Spotlight is solar powered, so there's no expensive wiring or batteries to change. Simply place it where the solar panel can soak up the sun, and you're done. The panel collects the sun's energy to charge all day, so it has the power to provide light when and where you need it all night. Bionic Spotlight looks just like a professional security camera that is actually a high-tech security light with smart motion sensing technology. Look, the instant the motion sensor detects movement, Bionic Spotlight triggers 8 high-intensity LED lights that shower the entire area with light, covering over 600 square feet. The light stays on for as long as the motion continues, and then shuts off 30 seconds after it stops, so there's no more arriving home to a dark house. Illuminate walkways and stairwells for visitors and guests. Light up your garden at night or the yard for kids and pets. Add Bionic Spotlight to your sports court and to help secure outbuildings and storage sheds. So you can spend hundreds of dollars on an outdoor lighting system, or you can save hundreds of dollars and get the motion-activated Bionic Spotlight for just $19.95 with free shipping. Bionic Spotlight is year-round outdoor durable and weather-resistant and backed by our 5-year warranty. And if it fails for any reason, return it for a full refund. But wait, if you order right now, you can double the offer and get a second Bionic Spotlight. Just pay a separate fee. You get it all. 2 Bionic Spotlights backed by our 5-year warranty for one low-value price. And the shipping is free. And when you call, ask about the contractor's discount on the complete 6-light home value set. Bionic Spotlight is all you need. It's guaranteed. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-476-6156. That's 1-800-476-6156, or order online at bionicspotlight.com.
This is the game of basketball. Poetry in motion. Science fighting art. Legend burned into imagination. This game takes everything you give and gives back even more. These are the lines and colors of history, where no 2 pictures are the same. This is a singular moment becoming a blueprint. Selflessness recognized. The fight of a lifetime and a family that chooses you. This thing we do, we follow. It breaks hearts, bends minds, and drops jaws. And it keeps us wanting more long after the buzzer. That's devotion. That's bigger than basketball. That's game.
Crowder looking, throws it alley. Puts it down. It's over.
Dave from Basketball Digest. Kevin, KD, why do people call you KD? Can I call you KD? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
My first name is Kevin.
Right.
And my last name is Durant with a D.
KD. This year, what percentage do you plan on giving on the court? 90, 95, 100, 110? What are we looking at?
110.
110?
You let anybody in here.
Hey, I heard that.
Listen, we let anybody in here. You are now rocking with the best. It's Bro Ferris, along with the NBA legend, college basketball Hall of Famer Jim Jackson, the one-time king of late night, addressing who would most certainly be the king of New York if he brought a championship, Kevin Durant. What'd you think about that?
Well, that's like somebody asked me why they call you JJ. I mean, first name is Jim, last name is Jackson. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Am I going to play 100%? No, I'm only going to play 50% during the season, man. I like how KD, then he just like, oh, they let anybody in there.
Yeah. And you know what? They might have a championship if KD wears a size 17 instead of a size 18. But that's another conversation for another day. The Nets team preview, that's what we're delivering to you. Now, right now, before we get into everything with the team, obviously one of the biggest stories in the sport right now, Kyrie. He is not aligned with the league's health and safety protocols, and at this point, the way things are set up, he would probably miss half of the season's games. So I want to ask this in two different ways. So how would you approach this as a teammate, and would that approach be different if you were in management?
Well, it's two things here. With Kyrie, it's not so much the league mandate, it's the city of New York. Kind of like Andre Wiggins is San Francisco's mandate that you have to be vaccinated, okay? Within the NBA, it's not mandatory, but it's, not required, but they want to emphasize that you do it.
Yes.
So we got to make that clarification. Also, from a player's perspective, we understand who Kyrie is. If he's my teammate, I have a talk with him, but at the end of the day, he's going to do him. He's going to make decisions as long as he's making smart decisions, okay? That's the thing about me with this vaccination. If you don't want to get vaccinated, fine. But you have to take precautions, everything, not to put yourself in a situation that you get infected that then trickles down to your teammate. So if you're doing all of those things according to protocols, but yet you want to get vaccinated, all right, you're doing everything to keep everybody safe. But if you're out here wilding and doing something, then that's something different. As for management, they have to come to a decision because this is going to affect who they are as a team. You can't practice with Kyrie unless you go to New Jersey and practice or somewhere else outside the city. How does this affect the morale of the team as well? These are decisions that management has to make, coupled with the fact that you had some instances in the past with Kyrie where he wasn't available to play and it affected the team. So it's not just one instance. This is something else that goes on top of it. So the question goes back to management. Are we better with Kyrie? Are we better without Kyrie? And we have to make that determination sooner or later so we can move on as a team.
Well, we just
practice with Kyrie and let you go to New Jersey and practice or somewhere else outside the city. How does this affect the morale of the team as well? These are decisions that management has to make, coupled with the fact that you had some instances in the past with Kyrie where he wasn't available to play and it affected the team. So it's not just one instance. This is something else that goes on top of it. So the question goes back to management. Are we better with Kyrie? Are we better without Kyrie? And we have to make that determination sooner or later so we can move on as a team.
Well, we just spoke about Kyrie. Now Kyrie will speak for himself.
The Cleveland Browns made NFL history when they hired Andrew Berry to be their general manager in 2020. The 34-year-old was the youngest GM in the history of the league and one of only 2 African Americans at that level. Berry played for the Harvard Crimson and was a 3-time All-Ivy League selection while earning his bachelor degree and master's. Supporting a more diverse future with encouragement from Gallagher Sharp defense attorneys. Solutions, not surprises.
Maureen is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon, so now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. Food is her love language, and she really loves her grandson, like really loves.
Why are you a sports fan? Is it the sense of belonging? The unpredictable excitement? Maybe it's being a sports fan comes from the heart. Yeah, that's what it is. Valley Sports, the heart of the fan. The star-studded action is back in Indian Wells at one of the year's biggest events. It's the BNP Paribas Open.
It is the start of something special.
And Bally Sports and Tennis Channel are bringing you the excitement with exclusive daily coverage from the California desert. Watch as the world's best men and women battle on the hard courts for one of tennis's most prestigious titles. The BNP Paribas Open. Coverage continues daily on Bally Sports Ohio and the Bally Sports app. Opening night is here. Boone Jenner and the Blue Jackets hit the ice for the season's opening face-off against the Arizona Coyotes at Nationwide Arena. Thursday, beginning at 6 with Blue Jackets Live on Bally Sports Ohio. NHL Opening Week is presented by Indeed.
Cavs working their way back into this game after the slow start, currently down 4 to the Pacers. Hello, everyone. I'm Angel Gray. Well, the Cavs have used each preseason game to measure where they are, as well as look at the adjustments. But for Darius Garland specifically, he broke down what his focus has been coming into each game.
Just trying to come into the games more prepared, really. Just watching more film, talking to the coaching staff, talking to some of my teammates, seeing what they like, and just trying to figure out, just trying to get these wins.
Ricky Rubio completes the three-point play. Darius Garland increasingly becoming more outspoken, more of a leader in that locker room and out on that floor.
Well, he's starting to get familiar with the league. He's familiar, which is giving him confidence. So now his ability, and I really think what happened this summer with the Olympics and his Olympic experience really brought him out, and now he feels comfortable within his skin now.
Sabonis finds Duarte, who goes backdoor. The 24-year-old rookie lays it in. Just over 5 minutes in, the Pacer lead is 17-12. Love, Rubio, Markkanen, Mobley, and Garland are on the floor. Pass intended for Markkanen is broken up. Sabonis keeps it in bounds. It's another Cavalier turnover, their third.
You see, there's a situation where you have to read the defense. He didn't read the defense there. He just saw the offensive jersey and tried to throw it there. You have to read the defense first.
Rubio orchestrates this offensive sequence. Sends it inside to Mobley. Mobley skips now to Garland. Garland shuffled his feet. Turnover number 4. And we touched on it in the open. AC ball security is an area which the coaching staff was not particularly pleased over the first 2 games.
Well, because they know that leads to defeat. So you have to correct those situations. You can't let it continue on. And by them bringing it to their attention now early, they have a chance to correct it.
T.J. McConnell re-upped with these Indiana Pacers during the offseason. He steps onto the floor for the first time tonight. Duarte, baseline. Markkanen secures the weak side rebound.
I like to see him use his size. He has good size. Use it.
Upstairs for Mobley, and Mobley deflects it in.
One big to another. 1 7-footer to another 7-footer. Cavaliers get the 2.
Markkanen with the assist. Holiday took a bump from Markkanen. Here's McConnell. He scurries out of the corner. Hands off to Duarte, who puts it up. Missed the shot. That also was altered by Mobley.
You already see the effect of having this height inside. Good pass.
Well, then Garland play catch.
Kevin Love with a sweet pass to Garland for 2.
The second unit, which has a veteran flair, has used a lot of back cuts through the first 2+ games.
Yes, they have. Between Love and Rubio, a lot of things happen on this second unit.
Holiday steps to his left. Markkanen, another defensive rebound, an area in which he's drawn praise from the coaching staff. Love inside, was down there with a smaller man in Duarte, and Duarte fouled him.
Well, think about it. The 7-footer initiated that pass to Love down low, keeping his head up. Here's Markkanen doing a good job keeping the head up, running the floor as the big fella for 2. 1 7-footer to another 7-footer. Nice move inside. Good strong move to the basket.
I'm not sure that's how Evan had it drawn up, but
no,
it counts.
not quite the way he wanted it, but it happened in the positive way.
Lowry, Markkanen right in front of us to inbound.
The Cavaliers defense has picked up. They started out the pace of 6-6. They're 1 for 7 now.
Jeremy Lamb and Torrey Craig have checked in. Oh, Mobley upstairs. It's waved off. Foul is deemed on the floor. You think Darius Garland likes having a couple of 7-footers out there at all times?
And it plays right into his hand. He's got everybody at bay right there, flat-footed, and he does a good job of going over the top. Not much they can do. One hand, the big fella slams it in. But good move inside. once you get guys like that in limbo, you got to take advantage of it.
The foul is on Lamb. The Pacers are in the penalty, and Garland has tied this game. There are the numbers for Darius from last year. I think without question, AC, he made the biggest jump on this Cavalier team.
Oh, yeah. I would say yes. I mean, he definitely started to come on very strong night after night, and that's consistency. That's what you have to be a good pro, you got to be consistent.
The Cavs have manufactured an 11-2 run to take this first quarter lead as Craig zips one to Holiday. Around the horn, it goes to McConnell. McConnell's watched by Garland. Shot clock down to 5. McConnell gets cut off at the foul line. Holiday 9-1-1-3. He rattles it in.
He saved the day that time. Cavs did a good job on defense to keep him on the perimeter, but he went over the top.
Holiday brings